And I say yes, you look wonderful tonight. Hello, it's me, the ukulele teacher, here to teach you how to play Wonderful Tonight by Eric Clapton. And we're going to be using a little technique that people have started calling chord melody, which is basically where you play a tune and chords at the same time, and it sounds absolutely awesome. So grab your uke, make sure it's in tune, and when it is in tune, it should sound like this. Now, before we go any further, I'm just going to play you through the iconic introduction and the first verse to give you guys a rough idea of how the song will sound when you've learned it. If you'd like a PDF song sheet to help you put the whole song together and follow along with this lesson, then sign up today to patreon.com/uketeacher because you get a PDF song sheet with every lesson and loads of other cool perks, goodies and rewards that are exclusive to my Patreon community. It's late in the evening, she's wondering what clothes to wear. She puts on her makeup and brushes her long blonde hair. And then she asks me, do I look alright? And I say yes, you look wonderful tonight. In case you guys were wondering, this beautiful ukulele was given to me by my good friends at Kala. If you'd like to find out more information about this particular ukulele or any of the Kala ukuleles that I use, then check out my official Kala brand music store on the Kala brand website. It'll give you details of all the ukuleles that I've personally used and personally recommend, and just by being my viewers, you guys can also score some awesome discounts as well. Okay, so this beautiful song, believe it or not, only has 4 very simple chords in it all the way through. These are the 4 chords that you need for this song. If you already know them, then skip ahead now. To play the chord of G, put your first finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And the chord of G should sound like this. To play the chord of D, put your 1st, 2nd and 3rd fingers on the 2nd fret of the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings. And the chord of D should sound like this. To play the chord of C, put your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. And the chord of C should sound like this. And to play the chord of E minor, put your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and your 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. And the chord of E minor should sound like this. Now don't worry, we are going to get to that iconic intro riff all in good time, but to start off I am going to teach you how to play the verse, because that will get your fingers in the mood for finger picking. It's a nice little warm up, and then by the time we get to the intro, which is a little bit more difficult than the verse, you will already be in the right frame of mind to learn the harder stuff. So let's start off by just learning that verse. Now firstly, I should point out we are doing some very, very basic finger picking all the way through the song. Now this is the finger picking pattern that I am playing throughout the verse. What you'll need to do in order to learn this pattern, firstly, is get the fingers in your right hand in the right position. And to that end, you'll need to put your thumb to the 4th string, your 1st finger underneath the 3rd string, your 2nd finger underneath the 2nd string, and your 3rd finger underneath the 1st string, like this. Thumb, 1, 2, 3. So you can play strings 4, 3, 2, 1. And whichever string it is, or strings that you need to play, you've already got a finger in the right hand in the right position. So you won't be fumbling to find the string that you're looking for. Now the pattern that I'm playing all the way through, and let's play the chord of G with our left hand just to make it nice and simple. 2 and 4 together, and then 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. 2 and 4, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 4, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 4, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And just make sure you can play that pattern over and over and over again, so it sort of becomes like second nature to you. Because the last thing you're going to be wanting to worry about when you've got your chords to remember and your words and your singing is what you're doing with your right hand. So just play this pattern over and over again until it becomes nice and easy. We'll start off playing it nice and slow. But when we're playing it at full speed, it'll sound a bit more like this. Now, for the first two lines, the chords are G, D, C, D. Both of those lines, just repeat those four chords, G, D, C, D. And we play that pattern once on each of those chords, like this. G, D, C, D, and again. And then the next line, the chords are C to D to G to D to E minor. And here we play the pattern once on the C and D, like this. But for the G and D, we just play the first half of the pattern on each of those chords, like this, before playing the full pattern on the chord of E minor. And then the final line, the chords are just C to D to G, again, normally playing the full pattern on each of those chords, like this. So let's put that all together and just play it through instrumentally, nice and slow from the top, the whole of the first verse. And it should sound a little something like this. And that is basically how to play all three of the main verses in this song. There are a couple of alterations and I'll point them out later in the lesson, but that is basically how to play your standard verse and chorus. And if we sing it through, it'll sound a little something like this. It's late in the evening, she's wondering what clothes to wear. She puts on her makeup and brushes her long blonde hair. And then she asks me, do I look alright? And I say yes, you look wonderful tonight. So, now we've got the basic gist of the finger picking and we know how to play our verse, which has got that chorus line, yes, you look wonderful tonight. Let's try and figure out how to play that amazing, nice finger picking intro in a fairly simple way that we can all enjoy. That's the part of the song that sounds like this. Now the cool thing about this is, even though we're playing lots and lots of notes and it sounds complicated and we're doing all kinds of things with our left and right hand, we're still basically just playing the chords of G, D and C, like this. G, D, C, D, G, D, C, D, G. So we've already learned the right chords to play with our left hand, and our right hand is already raring to go with a little bit of finger picking action. So let's figure out exactly what it is we need to do to play this cool riff. So the picking pattern that we play all the way through the main riff, which is the intro and in between verses, is 2 and 4 together, like before, and then 3, 4, 2. And then when we get to the first string, we play the first string and pull it off, and then immediately go to the fourth string before going to the next chord. So it's 2 and 4, 3, 4, 2, 1 pull off, 4, D, 3, 4, 2, 1 pull off, 4, C, 3, 4, 2, 1 pull off, 4, D, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, And that's how to play the first half of the riff. It should sound like this. I'm going to play it through nice and slow, and you've got all of the notes on the screen to help you follow along. So it's just G, D, C, D. And then the second half of the riff starts off identically with the G, D, C pattern, like this. But this time on the D, we bar the whole of the second fret, and we play 2 and 4 together, followed by 3. And then we play 1 and 4 together, followed by 2. And then we add our second finger to the 3rd fret of the first string, and play 1 and 4 together, followed by 2. And then we add our 4th finger to the 7th fret of the first string, and play 1 and 4 together, followed by 2. So that D line should sound like this. And then end the riff on a G. And then you go straight into that G to begin playing the verse. So let's put that all together, and your intro should sound like this. It's late in the evening. She's wondering what clothes to wear. She puts on her makeup and brushes her long blonde hair. And then she asks me, do I look alright? And I say yes, you look wonderful tonight. So basically you play the intro and then verse 1, and then you play the second half of the intro and then verse 2, and straight out of verse 2 you go into the bridge. That's the part of the song that goes like this. I feel wonderful because I see the love light in your eyes, and the wonder of it all is that you just don't realize how much I love you. And then you basically just repeat the intro riff in full at that point. So basically to play that bridge, it's nice and similar to the verse. In fact, you start off by playing the same chords as the 3rd line of the verse. C to D in full, and then half on G and half on D, and then full one on E minor like this. C, D, G, D, E minor, and then you play C, D, C, D, G like this. C, D, C, D, and then straight into G for the repeat of the riff. And then you basically just repeat the riff in full as you would play it in the intro. And then verse 3 is also the same as verses 1 and 2, except for the last line, which you basically play twice with a little G, D, E minor rundown in between. So this is the ending of verse 3. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I say, my darling, you are wonderful tonight. Oh, my darling, you are wonderful tonight. And then you play the riff in full to finish the song. So put that all together, and that's how to play Wonderful Tonight by Eric Clapton. Don't forget, if you'd like a PDF song sheet to help you put the whole thing together, sign up today to patreon.com/UKteacher. You get a PDF song sheet with every song, you get each video at least 24 hours before the rest of the world, you can get exclusive Patreon-only lessons, and you become part of a really cool, thriving ukulele community where we chat about all kinds of cool ukulele-related things. So sign up today to patreon.com/UKteacher for your song sheet. I've been the Ukulele Teacher. I'll be back again soon with some more great lessons and videos for you. Until next time, if you have any requests for future lessons, let me know right now in the comments below. Otherwise, until next time, I love you all, and I wish you the very best.